Okay, welcome to the tactic we call skewer. Now, in case you didn't know how to get into all these exercises, it's very simple. Get into your Leeches account, hover over learn, click on practice, and scroll down to get to basic tactics. And this is where pin is, and we are going to start off with skewer. Now, skewer is exactly similar to the pin, just that it's a little bit of a reverse of a pin. You attack two pieces which are in the same diagonal or on the same line, horizontal or vertical. The only difference being, last time you attacked a piece which had a larger piece, either a king or a queen behind it. This time you reverse the order in which it is attacked. For example, in this puzzle, if you were to attack the queen moves and therefore you get to capture the rook. This is what we call as a relative skewer. The next puzzle here is quite similar. Do you see the pattern of two black pieces on a single line? In this case, all you need to do is move the rook here and exploit this attack. Now, if the queen were to move, you would end up losing the rook and probably even get checkmated. And that's the reason queen decided to capture the rook. And you gotta be very careful how you take it back. You take it back with the queen, that'll be a blunder. Take it back with the bishop, and you actually end up winning the game. All right, let's go to the third one, which is also a relative skewer, and see if you can figure out a way to actually find out. So I would request you to pause the video here and find the best possible move. Again, I'm not looking at you solving all these puzzles to the end. It's also to observe and learn. All right, so how do you go about doing it here? So it's rather a difficult one, because I mean it's like relative skewer number 3, so it's probably going to be a little harder. The answer is you first capture the bishop with the rook. When the queen takes it, then you use the bishop to skewer the queen, and when the queen moves, you take the rook behind it. All right, so let's go to absolute skewer number 1. The absolute skewer is where the piece that gets attacked is the king. It's essentially a check. The king moves, then you capture the one behind it. So rather simple here. Find the bishop, move it, give a check, king moves, take the queen behind it. All right, let's go to absolute skewer number 2. Pause the video here and see if you can find the winning move. All right, that was a tricky one. You would think, okay, I could actually give a check right away with the bishop, but then I lose my bishop here. I could give a check with the queen, but then the king just moves and supports the queen. So the idea was to bring both of these together and see if you can find the right winning combination, which is move the bishop first, sacrifice the bishop, and then skewer the king. And when the king moves, you get the queen behind it. Let's move to absolute skewer number 3. Can you find the winning combination? All right, and this was a game played by Vishwanathan Anand versus Ivanchuk. So Anand was playing white, and this particular move won thanks to a skewer. Very strong tactical motive. So pause the video, see if you can find the answer. All right, welcome back. The answer is you sacrifice the queen first with a check, and black is forced to take it, and after that you skewer the king and take the queen, and you would eventually win the game. Let's go to absolute skewer number 4. How do you actually end up winning this game? So the number of moves required here is pretty high. So I wouldn't really worry about you getting it right. Just follow the logic. The idea is essentially to be able to sacrifice the knight where the king captures it, and therefore the king and the queen both are in the same diagonal and you could skewer it. So the correct answer here is check, check again, and then check to skewer and capture the queen. Let's go to absolute skewer number 5. This is a rather difficult one. If you'd like to, you can pause and check it out, but no worries if you're not able to find it. It's definitely a very difficult puzzle. The answer lies in moving the rook and attacking the queen. And when the queen takes the rook, then you skewer the king and take the queen right after that. Okay, so that's cure for you, and it's a tactical motif that's used a lot in your games and your puzzles, and hope you're able to identify it and apply it. Right, so this was more of an example that you could learn from, but at the same time, if you tried some of these puzzles, please share your views, a quick one-liner about the difference between pin and skewer as you understand it in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.